Bowzone. Hunting season just started, and I just smoked a giant. Welcome to Bowzone Live. He is a giant.
Annihilator Broadheads and Scorpion Outdoors present Bowzone Live. Brought to you by Annihilator Broadheads, Scorpion Outdoors, PV Mart, Bronc Beer, Easton, Hoyt Archery, Hex, OK Tire, River Cree Resort and Casino, and Tacticam.
Welcome to Bowzone Live, Season 2, right here on Wild TV. Tom Gazzola, it's an honor to be back. We're in studio, in person, with the one and only Ryan Kohler. Like, Ryan, this is very exciting, first of all. Last year was tremendous. COVID, is out of the way to a certain extent, where it's safe now, where we can be here, interact. You're not somewhere else in your shop telling us what's going on. You're here live in person, the way it's supposed to be. And we're pumped up for another season.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty exciting. Everything that happened last year happened so fast, and the hunters and everybody we had involved with Bowzone Live were so amazing, professional guys. And we've got the same group. We've added a few people this year, and I can't say enough about the group. The group's amazing. There's some amazing hunters, really talented people, some guys, some gals, some new faces. So it's going to be pretty fun. We have some animals that are down already, so we have content. We
don't give away too much.
We didn't expect everything that has already happened to happen, but I'll tell you what, I have never been around anything like this in my life. So this show is going to be unbelievable.
Give us a refresher. Like, where did this idea stem from? How did you guys make it happen last year with COVID being a part of it, getting through all of that, and now here we are? I think more closer to normal, where you can kind of reach that vision maybe that you had years prior.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it all started when, this is like, I don't even know, 20 years ago when I wanted to have a show like this happening. And now last year we just brought the people together and everybody agreed to give us their hunt time. The hunt time is what's really important, right? All these hunters, get time off work to hunt, and they gave it to Bowzone Live, which is so important. So I mean, it's just amazing to have all these people, and putting it together last year was, we did it, which was really amazing, because this is the hardest TV show that you could do.
Let's see some of the highlights from last year.
Had a decent buck come through here called the Bandit. He has a blind eye in the left eye. I think if he comes by tonight, I'm gonna put an arrow in him. I just put an arrow on Bandit. Yeah, baby! The Bandit is down.
Here he is, and I'm happy. This is awesome. What a great day this has been.
He's down. Oh, I just shot a buck.
Way to go. Beautiful deer.
Okay, he's gorgeous. Tag out. Tag you're it, boys.
I got a bull moose down. It's gonna be a long day.
That right there is a full freezer.
That makes me happy. Oh my God.
Even if I don't get a whitetail this year, I got a full freezer, and I couldn't be happier.
My good buddy Oliver McGee, he just finished his last round of chemo, and he just shot the biggest bull moose of his life.
Managed to get this amazing animal. Couldn't be happier right now. It's not quite as good as finishing chemo and beating cancer, but it's a pretty damn good feeling right now, that's for sure.
Cool encounter. He just came and rubbed that post. That post was snapped this year, so I put in a new one. It's the second time I've changed that post in 30 years. I did it about 12, 15 years ago.
About a few hours ago, I ended up shooting a buck. He's an 8-pointer. Beams came out pretty good. He was 25 yards. He started to come out. I nerved to stop him, and I shot. He ain't the biggest deer in the world, and I don't care. It was such an awesome hunt. Really cool blade. Pretty good size on his G2s, but I'm thrilled. I mean, be able to film them, be able to get them and recover them, make a good track. Very satisfied with that.
I just shot a buck. I didn't have time to reach for anything. I just grabbed my bow and shot him. So I'm excited. It's a nice buck. Yes, yes.
Look at the mass on that guy. Split brow. That's cool. Big mature deer. That is cool.
Ryan, I noticed that you're not in any of those highlights. What gives?
Not in 2020 highlights. You know what? But at the end of the season, I did shoot lightning, and it's an unbelievable story. We shot lightning. I shot him right a little bit behind the lungs. And as you can see in the photo, there's a hole right through him. And
right.
That was about a month and a half later. And the coolest part about this story is I actually got a picture of lightning yesterday. So I know he's alive, and Gunther and I just went over this picture like 20 times. We got a few pictures of him, and he's alive. He's non-typical now. He's got a drop tine. He's got a main beam that's coming out that's super weird. So it was just, we couldn't believe he lived. It just was amazing. And
right.
So that was kind of a crazy story. The app, we've got a new app that's coming out. It's out now, and it's going to have all the coolest stuff that you can imagine, all of Wild TV's content for the last 20 years, and all of the highlights from each Canadian and U.S. show. We're going to create some stuff that's going to absolutely blow your mind. A lot of the whitetails that we've killed in this show will be on here.
Right. The app is fantastic. You continue the chase for thunder and lightning. We'll be right back with plenty more Bowzone Live here on Wild TV. Welcome back to Bowzone Live right here on Wild TV. Tom Gazzola with Ryan Kohler. We're excited to be back. A great team of hunters. Once again, Ryan, you're part of that team. Last year, we had an excellent group. What can you say about this one that's come back this year?
Well, I mean, I have a lot of respect for the team, everybody that's come back. You've got such amazing hunters in this group. Some of the best hunters in the world, I believe. I think the Bowzone hunt is one of the hardest hunts on the planet. Yeah. We've added some new people. We've got a father-son. We've got another lady. So we've mixed it up a little bit. And these guys are going out every day from dark to dark and hunting hard for Bowzone Live. So all I can say is what an amazing group. Like what a bunch of great people.
And a perfect time to meet them. Let's actually meet the hunters right now.
Hi, I'm Gunther Tondelier. I've been bow hunting in the Bowzone for nearly 30 years now, and my passion led to my occupation, which is an outfitter. I mostly do black bear in the spring, but we also do some whitetail hunts right here in the Bowzone and a few moose hunts. So I'm a year-round outdoorsman, always looking for game to chase, and I'm excited to get this season started.
Hi, I'm Daryl Legg. I've been hunting whitetails for about 20 years now. I live and work in the Edmonton Bowzone. I probably wouldn't want to chase whitetails anywhere else, but in the Edmonton Bowzone, it's a pretty amazing place. I was fortunate. I grew up as a commercial pressman by trade, and I had a lot of opportunity to have a lot of time off in the fall to hunt whitetails. So I myself have been very, very fortunate, very fortunate. If you put your time in and you're in a good enough area, you have a good chance to take a really world-class whitetail.
Corey Cook here, Bowzone Live 2021. I'm just happy to be here. I was here last year
I've been a co-host with Ryan Kohler since he started How to Hunt. I've lived in Whitecourt, Alberta, and I'm a supervisor for Miller Western Forest Products. So I just love being out in the outdoors, and Mother Nature today is definitely putting a twist in things, but hey, this is what we do, so this is what we love. So.
My name's Heather Wilson. I am a little bit older. I'm like 51 this year. I just turned 51. And I've been hunting for probably about 20 years with a bow. And I'm an ICU nurse, so I come into this with a very different perspective than a lot of people. Some people say, how can you shoot an animal or whatever? To me, you know what? I like the closeness of bow hunting. I like the challenge of bow hunting. And my husband introduced me to this back when we were dating, and it stuck. Once you start doing it, it's like the bug. You get the bug and you just want to keep doing it. It's very addictive that way.
Hey, I'm Keith McDonald here. I'm from this reserve here, Enoch Cree Nation in Treaty 6 territory. I've been hunting these giant whitetails out here in this reserve since I was 13, and I'm not going to say how old I am now, but it's been over 30 years. In early 2000s, I was lucky enough to hook up with Mr. Jim Hole Jr., and he gave me the education I needed on how to really hone in on these big whitetails. Like when I was young, I killed them from afar with a rifle, but Jim fine-tuned my game so that we were able to get in on some giant deer. And like we're just talking about, one of the biggest deer ever killed out of my outfit, we called him the casino buck, and he was actually arrowed right there.
I'm Kevin Wilson. I've been bow hunting, I guess, for, more than I can even remember, probably 30 years now. This whole Bowzone Live experience has been great. Heather and I joined the team last year. I'm husband to Heather Wilson on the team. And yeah, just enjoy bow hunting, been doing it for a lot of years. We own and operate Alberta Hunting Adventures. We're professional outfitters, so I'll be out of the equation for a little bit, but hunting as much as possible. So looking forward to a good fall.
Hey everyone, I'm Logan Johnson. Got into this sport by watching TV actually. I learned a lot and it seemed really interesting to me, so I gathered up some gear and got into the bush. And I've been hunting probably for about 18 years now. Mainly a whitetail hunter. Do go for moose and elk occasionally, and I've actually really got into bird hunting, and that's been a lot of fun, met a lot of good people. I'm a full-time firefighter. I've been doing that for 6.5 years now, and it's an awesome career because it gives me a little bit of time to sneak out in the woods.
Hi, my name is Michelle Van Dam. I grew up in the Stony Plains Spruce Grove area. I have 3 kids, ages 19, 12, and 8. I am a community nurse. I serve the area here, have been for the last 7 years, providing home care. I spend a lot of time hunting and fishing year-round. I was introduced to it about 5 years ago, and I haven't looked back. Whitetail are smart, and it's hard to connect and be successful with your bow. It takes a lot of skill and practice and experience, and I thrive on that challenge, and it's just become an addiction and a passion of mine these past 5 years, and I get out every chance I can.
Another fantastic group of hunters. We'll be catching up with Michelle Van Dam a little bit later on in the show. Ryan, no Jason Moss, pursuit of a Grey Cup for him. Could we maybe see him?
I hope not. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, their team is awesome right now, so yeah. I don't think we're going to see him. But I can tell you that if he does get a chance, he's going to be out there for sure. That is one dedicated dude right there.
We saw that last year. Anyone else that comes to mind that you're really looking forward to seeing their hunts?
I mean, you just don't know, right? You got everybody hunting in the Bowzone, and anything can happen at any moment, and everybody has an opportunity or is going to get an opportunity or a chance.
Yep.
So I'm more excited about seeing, the animals that get on video, right? Because you just don't know. Like, it's just so amazing out there. So,
well, we had great results last year. Hoping for the same this year. Plenty more Bowzone Live coming up Tom Guzzola, Ryan Kohler with you here on Wild TV. You're watching Bowzone Live here on Wild TV. Tom Guzzola with Ryan Kohler as we go into another season. It's going to be very exciting. I know we're all pumped up. Ryan, listen, it's one thing to see these bucks hunted and killed and harvested, but these hunters have very high standards with the bucks that they're pursuing, as well as how they go about doing that. Just why is that?
Well, I think, what we have put together with this group is a code of ethics that we're going to go through here in a minute. Mm-hmm. But I mean, these animals are so hard to put arrows in that if you don't have some type of standard or code of ethics, then I mean, anything can happen. Getting an arrow into an animal in the wrong place or, not in the best spot is something we want to try to avoid. Right. And when you have a video camera and this other thing, and you're in the stand and here comes a deer and it's running or walking at a pace and you got to stop it. And then you got to put the cameras on it. It's just, there's so much there that we've got, a really good list of things that we've put together. So
let's take a look at our code of ethics.
Take close broadside shots or shots you're completely comfortable with. You only have one chance to do it right. Keep it legal. Don't play in the gray area. It's either legal or it's not. Make sure your equipment is in top shape. Shoot often and check your equipment each time before you head out to the field. Make sure your head and body are in the game. Don't hunt if you're burning out. Be safe at all costs. Safety harnesses must be worn at all times when you're in a tree stand. Learn all that you can from other hunters. There's always something that you don't know. Make the animals and the clean, ethical kill priority number one. Be respectful of the land, the landowners, and your team members. Be respectful of other hunters' permissions. Be respectful of all interactions while hunting or not hunting. Treat everyone you encounter in the field with respect. If you're going to run an ATV, wear the proper safety equipment.
There is the Bowzone Live ethics as we move along throughout what should be a very exciting season. Coming up next here on Bowzone Live, Michelle Van Dam will join us as the hunt begins, continues, and everybody's in pursuit right here on Wild TV. Welcome back. Time to start checking in with how our hunters are doing. Might as well meet one of our hunters that is new to the program. Michelle Van Dam joins us now. Michelle, great to have you on board. And I just want to ask, what interested you in joining the show and how has it been for you so far?
Hi, everyone. Joining the show has been added some excitement to the hunt. And the chat that I joined as well with all the other hunters has been a lot of fun and a lot of support in keeping motivated, I guess, especially with the temperatures dropping and it getting colder and it making it harder to get out there in the mornings. So I've been having a lot of fun.
That's great to hear. The chat has been excellent, obviously, and we're glad you're a part of it. How has it been for you lugging your gear and then on top of that, the camera equipment and everything that goes along with that?
So this has been a new challenge for me because I have not videoed my hunts before. So there's extra video equipment, camera equipment. And then now with the dropping temperatures, I'm bringing extra layers, stuff that I can't necessarily wear out. As I walk out, I got to pack it along and then, add it to my attire as I cool off. So it's added weight for sure. And then the snow, all the snow that we've had these past couple days, we've had over a foot and a half. And the last 3 hunts have been breaking trail. And it's just, it's been a lot of hard work, just even getting to my stand and sweating a lot and just try not to overheat, try not to get too wet before I get to the stand. It's just been a challenge, but.
So far, so good, Michelle, right? Let's see what you've been up to. You have been getting some great footage, and we want to roll on that right now and take a look at what Michelle Van Dam's been up to.
So, there's my tree stand right there. It's not very high, but this is a good stand for, this will be a good stand in a couple weeks. Anyways, I'm walking through to go sit at another stand. I haven't checked this chip. This camera doesn't send me pictures. And so I haven't checked it actually in a good week or two for sure. I think actually 2 weeks. So I'm going to pull the chip, replace the chip, and then I'm going to cut through and go sneak up quick and sit in the stand down there on the edge of the field where I have been sitting. Today we have a west wind, which is awesome. Perfect for this evening sit in the stand. They'll be coming from their bedding, which is from my right, and heading to their feed, which is to my left. I checked the camera. There was just a 3x3 that had come by to sniff the scrapes. I don't know, I think he maybe worked the scrapes. But the camera also hasn't been up for the last day and a half because we just troubleshooting something with it. And then I'll put it back up probably tomorrow. So I'll have 2 days of not knowing what's crossed, which is fine because I like surprises. But hopefully, there's an older 4x4 that came in like a week ago, 2 days in a row. So I'm hoping he swings through again here. Maybe I missed him. I don't know. We'll see. Only time will tell. Well, I think that's a wrap. There is only 5 minutes left before last flight. And I think tonight's a bust. I didn't see anything but chickadees. That's it. Come back in the morning.
All right, Michelle, there you go. We saw some of your footage, and you've been busy. What's next for you as you continue your hunt?
So I'm just going to keep grinding. Things have changed over the last few days with the rut peaking, the temperature is changing, more snow. We're getting a lot more cruisers in the area, a lot of unexpected stuff happening. So I'm just super excited to put in my time this upcoming week and seeing what's going to come of it all.
Michelle, good luck to you. Thanks for your time tonight, and stay warm out there and continue getting that excellent footage. And we hope next time we chat with you, we're talking about a nice buck. That's Michelle Van Dam. Great to catch up with her. One of our new hunters this season on Bowzone Live. One of our rock stars from last year was Heather Wilson. She tagged out, and everyone was jealous of her. She did a fantastic job. She's been busy at it once again and has sent us a ton of footage, which we're going to check out right now.
Well, the day started off with a really nice sunrise. Very pink, a little bit orange. And then the squirrels woke up. And a little bit ago, I had 4 does come walking through. But it's so brown right now. You could hear them coming because the leaves are crunchy, but it's so brown right now that it's hard to pick them out through the trees. It's really cool to see them though. They moved behind me, probably about 35 yards. So stuff's moving. I say. But it's supposed to decrease the amount of energy that you're giving off. You know, the deer always have a sixth sense and seem to find you in the tree. Whether you're moving or not, they just look up at you. It's supposed to take away some of that, I don't know if it's nervous energy that we have or the excited energy, so that deer can't sense it. I don't know, we'll see. Never used it before. We'll see if we notice a difference in how the deer act when they get into the tree. Any little bit of advantage helps. Oh, I just had a really big buck. A 4x4 came into my right. I'd rattled about 20 minutes ago, and then I just did a couple grunts. And he came in really slow. But he came in kind of how I walked in and I sprayed down this morning. He was cautious. Oh, nice deer. I'd have shot him. I don't know if I moved just slightly or what, but he spooked. And he took off from 20 yards. I did get some footage of him, but man, I hope he comes back.
Great stuff as always from Heather Wilson. She isn't going at this alone. Of course, her husband Kevin has been busy as well. They're the only couple on Bowzone Live. And let's see what Kevin Wilson has been up to. Well, we could see Kevin, couldn't hear him. We'll get that sorted out. And when we return, plenty more Bowzone Live alongside Kevin Wilson, too. He'll have plenty more to say when we get that all taken care of here on Wild TV. Okay.
Just go to us and get off.
All right. We were trying to hear Kevin Wilson there. It's live.
It's live, man.
It's live.
We're not TSN, we're Wild TV, so we're trying our best here, and I'm sure we'll get that clip of Kevin, and we'll get to some of that cool stuff. So
he's got great footage as always. We saw Heather. We talked to Michelle. Fantastic. And listen, it's great to be doing this live in person with you, Ryan. You have been really busy and have been able to capture a lot of footage. I know we teased you earlier that we didn't see any highlights from you last year.
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel shame. You're a proud hunter. No, you're a proud guy.
I tried my best.
He tried his best. Listen, now we're going to show some of that success and some of that try showing up and turning out to be successful. What are we going to see in this next little bit here?
Well, you know, I got a video this year with Gunther that's pretty incredible. You know, we did hunt before Bowzone Live started, so this has already happened, obviously, but we got into a situation where we had an opportunity with a giant whitetail that made two little mistakes, and then we took advantage of that opportunity. And yeah, I got some of the coolest footage that I think I've ever filmed in my lifetime doing this.
And you've been doing it a while, and you've been on a ton of hunts.
Yeah, I guess so.
Obviously.
Got to do it with a good friend of mine that, ran the camera, which made it a lot easier. These guys are all out there right now and they're running their own cameras, trying to get kill shots with their own camera. And it just worked out where, Gunther had some time and we could go out together, and we went out there and did a quick speed set. And that's, what I would call this video. And I guess it's important to understand what that is. And we got pictures of this deer. It was cutting a little corner. And then we jumped on that opportunity, put a speed set in right then and there. And, my general tag only lasted about a couple hours and I was done for the season. So, next week I'll be starting in Strathcona County. So that's a secondary tag that I'm going to hunt. So I'll start on Monday and Tuesday and hopefully give everybody here a bunch of great Bowzone Live content. But this is really cool. And I don't know if they're jumping to it now.
Yeah, we are. Let's take a look because
Okay,
you teed it up perfectly. Let's have a look at what Ryan's been able to accomplish so far.
Okay, so my plan is to do a speed set. And what that means is really simple. I'm going to take some pegs, I'm going to tape them up, and then I'm going to bring them in the stand. Gunther and I are going to put them up, and then we're going to put stands up, and we're going to sit them right then and there. That's what we call a speed set. Now this whitetail I've known for a long time. His name is the Wide Guy. I have his sheds from a few years. We have pictures from 2 or 3 years, and I've got a great video of me holding both sheds together. The 2 pictures that I did get are pretty cool because what I do know is he's going from one place to another. And I think if we go put a speed set in, we can get him.
This is the highest tree stand I've ever set up. Too high. Okay, Gunther's in that tree. I'm like 2 feet off the ground, but I'm behind a big berm. So the buck's on the other side of this line. There's like a cut line through here. And I caught him on a camera going across the cut line to actually bend down to shoot. So I'm 2 feet off the ground. I'll have to bend down another foot to draw my bow and then kind of just slowly pop up and shoot. Even if we see him, it'd be cool, but this is crazy. Gunther's got to be 4 steps up. If he comes out, he's going to walk right in front of me at about 30 yards broadside. It could be really epic video. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're trying.
Here he is. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Not on any other camera, only on one, but he did the same thing 2 nights in a row. I couldn't believe he did the same thing 2 nights in a row. Unbelievable. And then he came around the corner. We were set up. Our setup was so weird. We actually set up low. We didn't even go sky high because we knew we'd be skyline, so we set up really, really low. And he came around this little corner. Honestly, I was scared to death. I was like, oh my God, look at the size of that whitetail. And he was only 20 yards away. Just a brute. But this is a deer I know, and I've known him for years. It's the Wide Guy. I've got his sheds. I picked up his sheds. You know, he didn't have these crazy unicorn extra brow tines. These are like extra brow tines growing out of his skull down at the base. They're not, I don't even know if they're coming off the horn. They're not. They're not. It's like extra stuff. Anyway, and it's got my single favorite thing that I always wanted in a whitetail. It's got a blowhole. Gunter calls those blowholes. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, just unreal. I love shooting whitetails. It's got to be my favorite thing to do in the whole universe. Giant buck of a lifetime.
Ryan, great buck. Absolutely beautiful. Monster buck. Have you calmed down yet? You look like a kid at Christmas there.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes by, right? I don't know what to say, but it was a really crazy animal. And to be totally honest with you, like I had no idea it was that big.
It's huge.
You know what I mean? So we got pictures of a deer that was whizzing by. You couldn't see any of the tines. I knew the deer from the year before. It was the wide guy. You just saw the video, but you know, when he stepped out in front of me, I had no clue. And Gunther, I think, watched him for about 4 or 5 minutes and was like going, "Oh my God, he's right there." But I was just, looking at the trees and whatever else. And then this thing walks in front of me and you're just overload. And it just turned out to be such a monster. But again, sometimes it's better to be lucky. And I think I was pretty lucky in that scenario.
Teamwork as well, right? You and Gunther Tondelier. Great to see. Excellent buck. Fantastic footage. You done?
I've been up to a few other things, so we can touch on that.
We will touch on that. We'll be back right away here on Bowzone Live. You're watching Bowzone Live here on Wild TV. Tom Gazzola with Ryan Kohler from Wild TV. And Ryan, we're going to step outside of the Bowzone here, deviate a little bit. Still pretty neat thing to see. You're trying something here. This is something new to you, and there's differences of opinion when it comes to this. Rifle hunting in Saskatchewan as opposed to bow hunting in Alberta. Tell us more.
Yeah, I mean, bow hunting in Saskatchewan or hunting on bait in Saskatchewan, hunting in Alberta, hunting in Saskatchewan, they're super different things, right? So I'm working on a new show. It's a special, just comparing, the differences between Alberta and Saskatchewan. And I, had an idea of what I thought it would be like, but after going there now a couple of times, I'm really learning really quickly what it's like and the differences between the two, and they're major. I mean, Saskatchewan's fun factor is pretty high. It's really high. You're seeing animals all day, rubbing, scraping, lip curling, fighting, chasing. It's just kind of a constant, right? Because of the bait.
Right.
But, and then the bow zone, you might go 2 or 3 days and you might not see anything or have anything kind of happen. So it's, as far as difficulty goes, Alberta and the Edmonton Bowzone with archery, it's the hardest hunt in the universe. It's super hard. But then you have Saskatchewan where you can put a ground blind there, you can put a bait right there. It's just different rules. And, clean kills are happening all the time.
Right.
So it's probably a little bit controversial and there's a lot to explain to it. So I really I'm scratching the surface, but we've got a little bit of footage here and I did go and it's pretty nuts. I'm going to tell you right now that it's insane. And learning about Saskatchewan is important if you're a hunter, I think.
Well, let's take a look at that footage right now.
If you come to Saskatchewan, when it's time to kill it, treat it like you normally would in Alberta. It's not a bear bait. It's a deer bait. They're deer. They don't tolerate it. was waiting for just the perfect broadside shot on video, and I wasn't totally sure if they would accept me drawing my bow. Everything else I had perfect, but you know, as soon as I drew my bow, he just left. Boom. I don't know what happens now. I don't know if this deer comes back or if that was it. Normally, you know, in the bow zone, like that is it. You're done. I know now that like you cannot draw on them on the bait unless they're looking the other way or they don't see you move. This is trickier than I thought. I can hear him behind me right now. He's like 80 yards away and he's growling. He's growled about 5 times. Like just the craziest sound you've ever heard. Okay, so after that encounter, I decided to pull back. I pulled back into the box. So I'm like probably 100 yards away from the bait now. It just wasn't working. I had 2 more deer come in and they both busted me. And I just feel like that buck's, if he comes back, he's just gonna look right where I was sitting. So, and I really kind of want to get my first rifle kill.
Okay, I reviewed the footage and I'm gonna say he's toast. I slammed him in the front of the chest, he jumped 10 feet up in the air, and I busted one arm completely off. Pretty sure that does it. And again, I don't use bullets very often, so I'm not totally sure, but I'm guessing that that'll do it. This must be hilarious for some of you that do this all the time. This is basically my first rifle kill.
But I think I absolutely smoked him. So, you know, he did run away. Don't deer fall over when you hit him with a gun. I don't know. Anyways, I guess I'm learning lots of stuff here in Saskatchewan. I could have sat there and shot him with the bow. He came out 45 minutes after, but you know what? I wanted to get my first animal with a rifle. I actually wanted to do it pretty bad, so I pulled back, and I swear, I think if I was there with a bow, he would have just looked right up at me, and he would have got me, but he can't see me from here. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I just smoked a big whitetail with a rifle, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna be down. I can't imagine that thing would survive that type of violence.
Okay, I'm down, and I've looked at the video several times. It looks really good. I'm just so used to bow hunting that I'm just so used to bow hunting. Let's just put it that way. So now, I think I go get him. Or I go look, I guess, right? I'm gonna wait till the guide gets here because this isn't my wheelhouse.
Woo! Oh my god! Wicked!
That is wicked! Look at that dark Saskatchewan horned brute! Oh my god! Nice Saskatchewan buck. I had him right in front of me at 30 yards with the bow, and he busted me. He's got lots of, this is an old buck, nice heavy bases, a little bit of junk coming out here. Nice 4. Right on. That is kick, man. Just awesome. Wow, cool. That is so cool.
Ryan, absolutely crazy footage.
Yeah,
seriously,
that was crazy. Yeah,
we'll be able to see more of this, right? On
how to hunt. I'm doing to be fair to both provinces, on the bait, in the stand in Alberta, hunting the Bowzone. Like, these are so different. So I'm taking an hour doing a special on it, and you wouldn't believe what we came up with. Like, it's incredible, both of them.
Really looking forward to that. When we can return, we'll be back to wrap here on Bowzone Live, first episode of season 2. All right, episode 1 of season 2 is coming to a close. Ryan, what'd you think, and what do we have to look forward to?
Well, I think you have to look forward to more humongous, giant whitetails are coming.
That's what we call a sell, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Kohler, thank you so much for joining me in studio on episode 1 of season 2. Be sure to check out, we have a great rock solar contest on all the Wild TV social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, and the like to enter. We are back on Saturday night as we continue season 2 of Bowzone Live. Our hunters are hard at work. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great night.